Ayushmann Khurrana Tabu are here with me, but I have to say this. First and foremost, welcome to the show, Ayushmann.
Thank you so much, Hrishikesh.
And I have to say that, am I reading this right? Is that when you got onto the set for your first day of shoot with Tabu, did it take you some time to get over the fan moment?
I've always been a fan, and she's one of the most versatile actors around because she's done variety of cinema of different genres, like from the 90s where the tonality of Bollywood was slightly more filmy, to a Chini Kam, and then a film like Golmaal, then Heather, and now Andha Dhun. Like, look at her filmography; it's so amazing.
You must be now reaching a point. I know that it makes you a little uncomfortable because you're such a modest person. But you must now be patient and allow all journalists at least 3 or 4 minutes to just be in awe of you and tell you how much they love you. What a wonderful career.
Thank you.
You're dealing with a director here who's slightly off center in the sense that not in a pagal kiska hua sort of way, but the movies, if you look at that filmography, is definitely not regular cinema. And it's obviously you've never done anything like this before. What is your first impression of Sriram Raghavan when he came to you? Did he narrate to you? Did he email a script to you? What is your first impression?
I approached him. In fact, I got to know about the one-liner of the script. I was really intrigued that it's a part of a musician, and I love music, and that to a blind musician. And he had no idea. I was not in his list also. So I had texted him directly. I'd never done this in the past, apart from the times when I was a struggler. So I met him and I was like, so why don't you take my screen test? So I was very excited about it. And he was like, are you sure you want to give a screen test? I'm like, yeah, kar lo na, ek do scene shoot karke dekhte hain kaisa lagta hai. So next day, cameras were set, we shot 2 scenes, and he was like, okay, let's do this. So it was quite exciting for me because I wanted to change or break the mold. I've been doing slice of life films for the past 6 years. So this was quite exciting.
And I have to say this, that you're looking very hot in the film.
Thank you.
Exactly the role demanded. Again, I want to ask you about your assessment of Sriram when he first came. What did you think?
So, I had not met Sriram before the trial of Badlapur. I must have bumped into him once or twice. But he's also a very private person, not very, social life is not, it's similar to mine, except work and home. So, I met him at the trial of Badlapur and we spoke about working together. And then he called one day with this subject. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we met, and I could understand that he is an extremely shy person, but his madness and his passion about his cinematic language and the kind of films that he wants to make is so intrinsic to him. Nothing about his way of telling stories is manufactured or contrived. And that's, I think, his biggest strength and what makes him who he is. And I was very excited to make this journey with somebody like him because, for me also it was a different genre. Different in the sense I knew that it'll not even be like any of the films that he's done earlier. So I was really excited to do this with him.
You have no reason to complain because you're surrounded by beautiful women on both sides. Why do you think Radhika Apte is so successful? I mean, she is everywhere and, she's doing some phenomenal work. But what happens is I don't work with her. I only get to meet her during interviews. So I don't know the secret of why she is so good. And have you put your finger on it and realized what is the big hullabaloo about her and why?
I've named her Radical Apte or Radhika Apt Hai because her choices are very radical. The kind of films or characters she's doing, they're so different. They are so brave, in fact, because her choices are off-center. Like you mentioned that Sriram is off-center. I think Radhika is off-center with the choices and very brave, of course. And she's a very good actor as well. And for her, this particular role may be different because it's a conventional role. She plays my love interest. So that's conventional for her. So it's a different feel for her altogether.
And you play like this femme fatale kind of older woman. Is that it?
I don't know.
An older woman at all.
But that's a polite way of putting it.
She's married to an older man. Married to an older man in the film.
Because I noticed a slightly caricaturish Mr. Dhawan has a wig which is a very 70s wig.
No, it's not.
But is his actual hair?
Yeah.
I'd be damned. Really?
Seriously?
I thought there's some Sriram Raghavan hangover from Johnny Gaddar because he's got these.
Normal hairstyle wiggy lagti thi.
He has great hair, Anil ji. Yeah.
I don't, so I find it very fascinating. That's lovely. So just a little bit about your character, please. I know, from the little I can make out in the trailer and the songs, you find him fascinating because he's playing piano.
So I'm so happy that you've come to understand this because it's so not true. No. I mean in the film.
Yeah, in the film.
Oh, in the film. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, what's not true? Malab, this is not true in the film. Malab, you're not right about this happening in the film. So yeah, you have to watch the film to understand what's happening. And the good part is that I don't think anybody is able to really get or understand what the film is about or what's happening in the film or who is what. People are making their own, coming to their own conclusions. Acha, Tabu's the murderer. Acha, he's the murderer. Oh, she's having an affair with him. Oh, she killed the husband. Some people are thinking that he's my husband. Mere husband ne kitna acha kiya. So, there are all kinds. I think that's the beauty of the trailer and the way it's been cut and made. But it's also the film because you really don't know what's going to happen in the next scene or the next shot or what's going to happen with this character because their journey is really off center.
Oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah. So I'm thinking watching this trailer, blind pianist has girlfriend, meets femme fatale, leaves girlfriend, something happens and you're saying all of it couldn't be.
वो तो बहुत regular हो जाता है. Shri Ram will never make a film like that.
I'm so intrigued. So you're saying it has nothing to do with the film. So it's almost as though the promo is made totally vipreet.
It's not vipreet. This is that it gives you the texture of the film. That just expect the unexpected, yes. And apart from that, thrill factor is there in the trailer. So that you'll witness in the film. That's there. It's edge of the seat. It'll throw surprises after every 7 minutes in the film. So it is crazy. It's a crazy joyride. It's not even dark. It has moments of darkness in the film, but overall, it's a very quirky, crazy joyride.
Wow.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Ayushmann Khurrana and Tabu are here with me. You must have really appreciated the music because here's an album which has everything in it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I heard the title track in which there's a very angsty rap that Raftaar has done. And then, you've also sung. That's not part of the contract anymore. Just joking.
No, it's not actually. I have sung one song.
That's what I'm saying. That's the joke, brother, that, normally as an actor, after you become a little successful, you can sing, "Main gaunga." It's not there.
Well, it's not like that. It's just that there's no desperation to sing. If they want me to sing, I'll sing. If it helps the film, I'll sing. Otherwise, I cut my singles, or probably if I do my concerts, I can sing any other song of any other singers also from my film. Because I also own that song now. Because, it's part of my film. So it really doesn't matter.
I think you sing more for the joy of how it makes you feel to sing.
In fact, Diljit was saying that he doesn't like to sing in his films. But he says, the director always convinces me to sing.
It depends on the character you play. For example, in Dam Laga Ke Hesha, they wanted me to sing. But I was like, the character that I'm playing in the film, he should not sing. And I was playing a Kumar Sanu fan in the film. So Kumar Sanu gave his vocals for me, which is amazing, in 2014-15. And I think it depends on the character you portray. In this one, I'm playing a musician, so it was fine. It was going organically with the character.
So you'll have to tell me what character is at least. Or maybe you don't need to tell me that what is the goal. But
Really, you can't put it in one line.
She's that complex.
No, it's not even see, that's what I'm saying. It's not like, ye complex character hai. We've not approached it like that. There is really no defining characteristic about her. Of course, she has her own quirks and she is little crazy. She's not like, but of course she's trying to be the normal person. But what's happening with her is not normal. It's really, it throws you off kilter and all those things. So yeah, actually the moments that she has are, of course, because with Sri Ram's film, even the normal moments that the characters are having are so twisted that, I don't know how to define.
Fair enough. Brother, I was doing some readings at the at the NAB in Worli, the National Association of the Blind, because they have a studio there and you have to record these books for visually challenged people and blind people to kind of build their library. And I met a few of them and I was like, it's remarkable because it seems as though all their other senses are more enhanced to make up for the loss of vision. Did you face that? Did you interact with people who are visually challenged and blind? And what were your takeaways from that?
In fact, I went to that blind school.
The one in Worli on the Worli Sea.
Yes, a lot of times went to Sri Ram Raghavan with the ADs. We recorded all the blind students. We met students who were recently blinded. We met students who were blind since childhood. We met a blind musician called Rahul. He plays the piano, and I noticed him. And we called him to the office of Sri Ram Raghavan. And there was a mini grand piano. He played the piano. The way he approached the piano, the way he took the stairs. He used to measure the height of the stairs. Every detail was shot on camera, and I observed that. And I did a lot of workshops with them. So it came so naturally to me after that, after 3 months of workshops. It was not easy otherwise. And it was an eye-opener when I met these people. I realized that their sense of music is very pure. They're very purist at heart because we Indians, we consume music visually. Like when a song comes out, we watch a video, then gaana acha hai. Or after watching the film, ab mujhe gaana aur acha lag raha hai. Because it becomes part of the narrative. But they consume music just purely on the basic, the basis of the sound, which is the purest approach. So I guess जब भी राहुल मुझे मिलता है तो मैं बोलता हूँ यार तुम गाना सुन के बताओ हिट है कि नहीं. So he gives you the exact opinion, the pure.
So when it was narrated to you, was it called Andha Dhun or was it called Shoot the Piano Player?
We had so many titles. अंधा धुन तो हमने अभी I think 1-1.5 महीने पहले लॉक किया है. We had Shoot the Piano Player to begin with. Then we had Kishore Kumar. Then we had what?
Then there was मुड़ मुड़ के ना देख.
मुड़ मुड़ के ना देख. Correct. Then अंधा है क्या? And देख भाई देख. So many. But then I think अंधा धुन was apt.
So who in the team came up with that? Because it just makes so much sense. Because there's Dhun and there's Andha and you are exactly that.
There's a guy called Gurpal. You know the one in Chupa Rustam? Sardar in Chupa Rustam?
Yeah, Sardar.
He's Shriram's friend. He suggested this title, Andha Dhun. Because Andha Dhun is not a word, it's Andha Dhund. तो इसमें पन क्रैक किया है अंधा और धुन अंधा धुन. Yeah.
Wow. And who is the classical pianist you went to? Did you go separately to train with a classical pianist?
There's a guy called Akshay Verma. He's from LA and now based in Bombay. He's a trained pianist and a musician. And he was just living with me, in fact. Like I was just playing all the pieces and rehearsing all those pieces. Like first, I remember the third shot of the film is like a 1 minute tough piano piece. And I rehearsed for 3 months for that piece. Because I had to be a virtuoso in the film. And that to a blind pianist. I could not see the keyboard. So it was very difficult.
Wow. And even, portions like when you're crossing and this and that, you have the walking stick that they use. Yeah. Does it have any sensors or is it just a regular?
It's a regular one. It's light, but it makes a peculiar sound. And there's a way to use it. Like it should be alternate. If the right foot is ahead, then the walking stick should be on the left. It's like tuck, tuck, tuck. So it's like that.
And I noticed there are some lovemaking scenes in which Radhika is also blindfolded.
वो किंग है.
किसका?
देखो मैं तो फिल्म में ब्लाइंड हूँ, उसी का किंग होगा फिर.
So
we're on the same page. Like that's empathy.
But there's nothing to complain about because even in ancient mythology, there have been people who have blindfolded themselves for their partners. If you know what I
Really? Where can I read that chapter?
ये है ना धृतराष्ट्र जी और वो अपने गांधारी जी, हम लोग बैठ के देखते थे ना महाभारत. Yeah, correct. So it has happened, but not for entirely different reasons though.
Typical Indian thing to just switch off the lights. That's also like not seeing, na? So it doesn't matter.
So Franco's is the place that he plays. And what does Radhika do in that?
Franco's.
Sounds like a place in Goa. Is it a place in Pune or what?
ऐसा है. हमने वो वाला part बॉम्बे में शूट किया है, लेकिन उसका exterior पुणे में शूट किया है.
अच्छा.
No, that's okay. This is location. Now suddenly everybody's unsure about what should be said and what not.
No, I'm just kidding. No, Franco, I reacted because I love the name and because Franco's was a big star in the film. Because whatever is happening in Franco's. He plays in Franco's and so many of the meetings and he meets Anil Dhawan in Franco's. So Franco's is like a character. It's a living character in the film and so much happens in it and from it and to it, towards it. So it's a...
Why do you ask Radhika saying tumhara boyfriend? I mean, she works in Franco's.
I'll give you a trivia about Franco's.
He just basically wants to, like...
Khujli.
excavate the story.
I want to. That's my job.
बात बताता हूँ. Franco is actually a musician, real musician. Used to play with R.D. Burman. He's a drummer and he's Sriram's friend. And he named the bar on Franco. And Franco, he's used original Franco as a bar owner in the film.
Wow, so that Franco's in the...
Yes.
And we really waited to find the right location to shoot Franco's because Franco's is the most important, location in the film. Has a character now.
Do you prefer narrations or do you ask for the full bound script now? Because, people have been working for a while. Like, you just did a film with Manoj and Manoj was telling me during Gali Guliya, he was saying that, a lot of Hollywood functions on email, but he prefers that, he meets the director, narrate it, and then, take the bound script after that and things like that. We know everybody now gives bound scripts. Everybody sends email. Are you still doing the earlier system, which is a lot of narration, or have you graduated now or do you prefer now to read bound scripts? What's your method now?
So I'll definitely want to meet the director, but I don't know if I'll totally go ahead without a bound script, unless it's somebody like Vishal or somebody who I blindly trust and I can start shooting with. I would definitely prefer to have a bound script.
And you spend time reading it and then you mark out your portions, or you just read the whole thing in its entirety?
No, I'll have to read it in the entirety because I want to know how this character is positioned along with the other characters. Of course, it's the story. Now you're not just reading what you're doing. How you're, appearing in the story is more important.
Also, as your fan, I've noticed that in all your performances, you don't even need to say stuff. I mean, you can just look into the camera and the emotion comes through. That's unbelievable how you do that. So I don't know how you do it. Do you react? Are you a reactive kind of actor, or are you a method kind of actor? What is it? Or is it just something that came so naturally to you that you don't know?
I don't know. I can't observe it from the outside. I can't observe my process. No, I really can't observe my process from the outside, right? Because it's something that's happening. I am happening to it and I'm happening with it. So I can't deconstruct my process at all.
Even now when I see portions of Heather or some of your older work, and I'm like, what is she feeling at this time? It's just amazing. So much to learn.
Absolutely. In fact, from the other side, what I have gauged is that she's a natural actor. There's probably no method. She switches on, switches off. Like before the take, she'll joke around, and in the take, she's all serious. So she's like that. She's amazing. Like she just reacts to the situation, or probably adds her own lines or own quirks in the shot, which is very good.
And as a musician, you must have really appreciated collaborating with Amit Trivedi. He's so amazing, isn't it? And even when he's singing, I find that he's not singing. Yeah. He's more like narrating. And here are you in an Amit Trivedi song. So that collaboration, talk to me a little bit about Amit.
His voice texture is very natural. He doesn't try too hard with his music also. Even the album is very narrative based. It is not that we have selected a particular song so just to get traction, ek hit gana hona chahiye, kahin se bhi utha lo. It just takes the film forward, because Shriram has taken a very purist approach in this one. He has only done music according to the film. Nothing is inorganic. It just flows with the tonality of the film. And Amit Trivedi is a perfect candidate for this particular film.
Come on, sing me a few lines.
यार मैं अंतरा गाता हूँ, मुखड़ा मुझे याद नहीं है सॉन्ग.
कोई बात नहीं ब्रो, इट्स अबाउट द फील्स.
टुक टुक लगाकर सिंगल बनाकर जवानी का ओवर गुजरता रहा, आप मिले तो छक्का लगा, आप मिले तो छक्का लगा, हाँ लगा, आपसे मिलकर अच्छा लगा, आपसे मिलकर अच्छा लगा. So yeah.
Very nice. Lovely, lovely. I know that you love Gulzar Saab, and you're little old school in that aspect of Urdu, Sher o Shairi and this and that, but I'm so glad that you appreciate the modern music. So what do you think of your co-actor's singing abilities?
I was listening to his songs. Actually, I was telling my team also that he has a very distinct quality to his voice, and I think that's why he sings rarely when he wants to sing, and I can't label the quality in his voice, but it's completely different from maybe what he appears to be, as in his physicality. And I think every time you hear it, you understand that there's some distinct quality to his.
And you did tell me that you prefer singing on Punjabi lyrics, but Dil Ka Kya Kasoor Ve song is not you, no?
Dil Ka Kasoor is Amit Trivedi. Yeah.
But that's also nice. I mean, I like the way you perform on it, and you're banging away at the keys and things like that. Lovely.
Full song. It has a very retro feel. In fact, that's a patent Sriram Raghavan, because he is obsessed with nostalgia. He's obsessed with retro.
70s, yeah.
And when you listen to the BGM of a film, it is very retro inspired. He used trumpets, live orchestra, and it's crazy. Like Johnny Gaddar's opening credits. They're so amazing.
What are plans for Diwali? You're not shooting now.
Yeah. In fact, I am having a break after 19th of October, after my second film releases. So I'll be off for 20 days. I'll start shooting another film after Diwali. And I'm always home during Diwali. And that's one of my favorite festivals. And
what is it? Is it cards or just Tyra and you and the kids?
यार मेरे घर पे कार्ड्स अलाउड ही नहीं है बचपन से. आपको लगता है कि जुआ और शराब से दूर रहना चाहिए. तो मतलब जुआ किसी का नहीं हुआ. So no alcohol and no cards. Only desserts.
Just stay in Bombay. We'll make sure you get lots of both the things.
I don't drink only, so क्या?
Oh, तो
I don't like cards and alcohol. Yeah, so what's the point?
What are your plans? What are your Diwali plans?
You deserve to be in Chandigarh.
No Diwali plans as yet, yeah.
Okay, my last question is, we're doing a show on first homes. So you remember your first home? Where was it? Was it here, Hyderabad, where?
Here in Mumbai, the home I live in now.
You still live in your first home? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it. I was living with my mom and sister. Then I moved. I bought my own place. Then actually the one that I'm most emotionally attached to is the house I made in Hyderabad. It was my dream to build a bungalow, because बंगले में रहना था, because हवेली में रहते थे हम लोग बचपन में, और बॉम्बे आए तो छोटे छोटे अपार्टमेंट्स में रहते थे, तो ऐसा लगता था आसमान नहीं नजर आता है, सांस नहीं आती. तो मी एंड माई सिस्टर ऑलवेज थॉट के हम जब जब पैसा कमाने लगेंगे ना, हैदराबाद में बंगला जरूर बनाएंगे. तो आई वॉज एबल टू डू दैट. थैंकफुली तेलुगु फिल्में बहुत की मैंने, बहुत पैसे कमाए और ज़मीन खरीदी, घर बनाया, तो वो मेरा सबसे बड़ा इमोशनली ग्रेटिफाइंग अचीवमेंट है घर को लेके.
Your first house, remember?
First house in Bombay or Chandigarh?
Wherever. Chandigarh, yeah.
Chandigarh was in sector 40. Chandigarh was a very small house that time. And first house in Bombay was in Malad. Small 2 BHK. And I had started working on MTV that time. And I was a VJ. So at that time I got the house. Of course, my dad helped me a lot. So I was paying the EMIs. He did the down payment. Yeah.
This time I want to go to a theatre and sit with my wife and then be able to tell you and your wife that I'm watching a super hit film and it's called Andha Dhun. हमारे साथ
मतलब 2 बार मिल चुके हैं फिल्म देखते हुए यहाँ पे अंधेरी में. हाँ.
तो इस बार तुम्हारी फिल्म में, तुम्हारी सुपर हिट फिल्म में हम मिलेंगे.
Thank you so much, Hrishikesh. Love you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.